You own the ability to read the text? Perfect! Then you will need it in the demo version of the Great War. First of all, World War I isn't an easy setting for a strategy game, but it is the setting where the Great War is placed, and the developers from Petroglyph did their best to make it realistic, but still play and enjoyable for everyone. The demo version is available until February the 13th. After then, all field marshals can spend their time for their girlfriends or wives on Valentine's Day. And don't forget the flowers. The demo version contains a tutorial campaign and one historic battlefield. Why the tutorial, you're asking? Well, the game has two game modes. The first one is in the overview map, which is round based, and the second game mode is the battlefield command mode, the real-time one. I have no idea if these names are correct. On the overview map, you can send spies to the enemy territory and get information about their troops. You can move reinforcements from a headquarter, which is Paris for the Allies, to the front line, and you can start your attacks. The overview map looks good to me, but why is a tutorial a read-only tutorial? And why there are two different texts at the same time to read? I mean, you can't control the game, but you have a lot of text to read there. One text is describing the game and the second one is trying to tell me a story. Why? I mean, the description is good and understandable, but everyone will get bored when reading this. And no one, I say, no one will read booth texts. The tutorial isn't just 2 sentences and then go. No, I played 1 hour and 20 minutes on the different chapters of the tutorial. There is some room for improvement, Petroglyph. Add some voice lines there. And everywhere else where the game shows up a face with a text on the top left corner. Thankfully, Frank Lepecki made a nice soundtrack which fits the World War I setting very good. No, there is no new Hell March, but that name would fit very good to the setting in my opinion. The real action is on the battlefield. The start is not to build a base. I will not spoil anything, but there aren't any bases, but the player has to place trenches, wires, infantry, guns and all the other stuff a war is needing. And observe balloons, which gives you some overview of a map. Would be a cool feature when the player could paint them like Kirovs. When the player has placed his stuff, the battle can begin. There's always one faction, the attacker, and the other one is the defender. The difference is, an attacker can stop and move back from the battlefield. He will not lose any ground. The defender can only fight till the end or surrender. But the attackers have an endless time. Only 20 minutes per battle are available. So use it wisely. A way to win is to control all checkpoints of the battlefield. But that stuff we will learn in the tutorial. It makes sense that the tutorial is long. It just needs some more entertaining. There is also some original World War I video material in the game with voiceovers, so Petroglyph can do voiceovers. Petroglyph worked really intensive with the Imperial War Museums to get a full and a realistic World War I environment into their Glyph X engine. The engine performs really good. I only got some short stuttering when I have selected an artillery and the game has to show up their range. Maybe I turned up the graphic details too high, but I wanted the best quality for the video. To make a long story short, the game looks good, the effects are nice and the controls of the battlefields are good. And easy. And there is something which will give you some Command & Conquer feel. The second playable content is one historic battle, the Second Battle of Passchendaele. And this mission is not easy, because there is a very tough timer. But it must be beatable, from more skilled players, or I just need more attempts to finish it. My last try was really close. And there is a lot of friendly artillery fire, so put on your helmet. My summary about the Great War after the demo version is, yes, it is looking good, and after you try the controls and possibilities a bit, the controls are easy. The graphic is nice and the audio is very good. Just some voiceovers here and there are needed, but that is just my opinion. Maybe some fine-tune on the engine to remove the macro stuttering when selecting a unit, but the game itself is stable. I had no crashes. The only thing the players could say is that the Great War is not the game they wanted to see from Petroglyph. My name is MarkJFox. Thank you so much for watching. But for now, Battlefield Control offline.